What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the You Damn Right podcast, Ep.2. And I'm your host, Ronnie and Maury. Today in my co-host seat, I got my good best friend with me here, Miss Deon.
Hi, everybody. It's me.
What's up, D? Beautiful. How you doing today?
I'm good, girl. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm happy
So,
to be here.
yeah, on episode 1, it was, me, Justin, and Candace, and you're here, but you are here in the studio.
In the studio.
This is the first time we're in the studio.
I'm in the
This is so
studio.
exciting. How are you liking the studio?
First of all, this place is super cute. Just want to let you all know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll drop the link in the description. Just kidding. But no, I love it here. It's really nice. We found this nice little venue to do this at. It's really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cute here. Love it. The feng shui up here is really
Yes,
the vibe. The feng shui is really nice here. And we can just have a nice place to comfortably work in peace,
Period.
besides all the construction work that's going on next door.
We're not even gonna talk about that, but yeah, it feels great to finally be in the studio. I was so excited to do this last week, but I couldn't. But I'm happy to be here with you. This feels like a full circle moment, but we'll get into that in a second. Excuse me if I'm talking a little weird because I got these aligners and shit.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I'm trying my best. Okay.
That's right.
I do want to start off. I want to start the show off. How I would like to start off every show basically is I know some people's attention spans are very short. So if you don't decide to watch this episode all the way through, I would like Deon to go ahead and plug herself, because if you don't do anything else, if you don't watch this whole episode, it's fine. But I would appreciate if you go and support my bitch. So please go ahead and drop and what is it? Go ahead and promote your YouTube channel.
Oh, okay, y'all. So I did recently start a YouTube channel. I'm working on it. It's a work in process, so there's not a lot on it. But it is called Come to Mama. That's come, the number 2, Mama, M-A-M-A, 3 exclamation marks.
And it's going to be right up under you, too. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate it.
But yeah, I definitely want to just make sure people get a chance to promote their stuff, because that's the whole point of me doing this podcast for people. I kind of went over this the last episode, but I just kind of want to have a space. I'm doing this for selfish reasons, okay? I'm being completely transparent. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm being completely honest. I know some people are already like, really, Ron? Like a podcast? We don't need another podcast on. You need ours, okay?
You need it.
And if you don't need it, I need it, because it's holding me accountable for stuff that I said I want to do and things that I want to like accomplish, but also for my friends to like come and promote their stuff and different projects we have going on.
Because why not?
And one thing I do want to say too, I want to get out the way, is that I want to say this about all my friends, but since you're here, I want to say I am also proud of you, because you are such a hard worker, and I've been with you since like day one of like things you've been wanting to accomplish and do. So the fact that you now are getting started on your YouTube channel and like other stuff that we talked about that you're starting to do, like I'm really happy for you. And I know like we talk about all the time, like we work hard and we sometimes don't feel like we have
the energy to do stuff, child.
Energy to do stuff, but also like, like we don't have anything to show for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it feels like we're working all the time. But at the end of the day, like I said this before and I'll say it again, I'm so happy my circle of friends would like, nobody's a bum. Like everybody's a hard worker.
Yeah.
But we do, a lot of the times we'll say like we want to do something and then we'll plant that seed, but we don't come back to water it. You know what I'm saying? We don't come back to like execute it and stuff. We'll just say like, well, I want to do this. I want to get started on this, but then we never do it. And it's like, why do we do that? But it's like, I'm getting on camera because I got this with the last two and I'm getting it with you too. I'm holding everybody accountable. My whole friend circle, I'm holding them accountable. So to start it off for 2023, is there a goal that you've already accomplished that you wanted to like, you said at the beginning of this year that you wanted to do for YouTube, like for example, but also is there anything else you want to accomplish? It's like what the goals that you have, like you're looking to accomplish before this year is over.
Before this year is over? Absolutely. I have a lot. Well, I'm not going to say like a lot of debt. I have a lot of debt, but it's not that extreme when you say like a lot of debt.
Yeah.
Like I'm not bankrupt or anything, but I have debt that I don't want.
Yeah.
I have money that I owe people that I don't want to owe. And I'm sick of it because it's constantly here. It's constantly emails. Oh, payment due, this and that. Like, or just stuff that you wanted to do. Like, for instance, like my laser hair removal that I wanted to get done. Something happened with that and my whole balance backed up and stuff like that. So I have to pay off the whole balance now before I can get any more treatments or whatever. So that's one thing, just so basically like just financial things and just paying off some balances that I have and getting rid of some things, and some of those balances do pertain to doing stuff that I have wanted to do for myself for like a long time or whatever. So it's definitely like some goals that I am working to achieve and work towards getting done, basically. But that's the main thing, is just getting rid of some of my debt before the year is over. And I feel like I can comfortably do that or whatever. I just want to do it before the year is over, at least, you know. And it's already August, about to be September soon, in a couple of weeks.
Over the halfway point, really.
Yeah, just about. So a couple more months before the new year.
Well, that's dope, but you heard it here first, and it's on camera, so I'm going to hold you accountable to
Okay,
it.
so
from January 2024, we're going to check back. We're going to roll back these tapes and see where everybody is.
Oh, my God.
In just a few months, because 2024 is almost here. But that is a cool goal to have. I obviously, getting the podcast started was one of my goals. I'm happy that I'm doing it. I'm nervous, and I'm, like, excited about it, but I'm also, like, it feels good to finally be starting it. So I'm so appreciative to like you and everybody else that's, you know, willing to come on and be my co-host for the day, because I already said it before. This co-host seat is going to be rotating because these bitches work. Okay, so whoever is available is who I will have over here. Because Deon is here today, and I'm so thankful. So thank you again for being here.
Absolutely, girl. But yeah, honey, we work, child. Like, we got lives. We got a lot. We're average adults, you know. We got a lot going on, and you still want your time to yourself, you know, in between those times and stuff like that. So,
and that's a good point to make about, like, because I've been getting a lot of, I had to tell Justin this before, but it's like, I don't know what it is, but recently, like, a lot of people have been, like, DMing me about living it up and us returning and you know, coming back to
they like wanting more
episodes or like another movie and stuff. I'm like, y'all, it's something I've planned, it's something I'm working on, but y'all don't understand how our schedules are so crazy and how it takes up so much time. Like, we have fun filming and we want to do it, but we don't have time.
That we literally don't have the time. Like,
it would have happened a long time ago, because I don't want to make this whole episode about that, of course, but the plan was, obviously, after we did the movie, I didn't know it was going to be such a success.
Yeah, like, it was going to blow up the way it did.
We planned to do, like, a part 2 to it. We wanted to do, like, you know, some other stuff, but, of course, the pandemic happened, and our, like, window of time just kind of got shorter and shorter because we started working. We were, you know, had other things going on. So I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it. If we get that window of opportunity, I'm sure we'll take it and actually do it, something for y'all. Last thing I want to say about that is that we do have a reunion coming up not a reunion, but basically our anniversary is coming up in October. If you didn't know, Living It Up came out 2013 October. And so this year,
the very
October,
first Living It Up.
the 10-year anniversary. So I just thought it would be dope, maybe if we do some kind of reunion, something. I don't know, don't hold me to it. It's just an idea that I'm trying to, like, play around with. Just do something special for the fans of that show and everything. But
cute.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we're coming back or doing a reboot just yet, or if there's gonna be another movie. There's gonna definitely be more projects on the channel that I can't wait to, like, actually be able to talk about. I just want to work on it a little bit more before I actually say it. But I just wanted to say how appreciative I am of, like, my friend group, because of how hardworking y'all are, and because y'all have dedicated the free time y'all did have during, you know, when we did the show and everything. It was a great experience, and I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about, you know, what I want to do and what I like to do. And just to see, like I said, you coming in to do, like, your YouTube channel now, I'm so excited about that. So again, go subscribe to her shit, please, and thank you. All right. Real quick, I do have my Beyonce shirt on for a reason. I did go to the concert on Wednesday here in Charlotte, North Carolina. That was the 10th or night, whatever it was. But I'm still on a high from that tour, like from that show, because I've never seen Beyonce live before, but it was worth every cent. It was an amazing time, an amazing experience. I would recommend anybody who has not seen her at least go see her at least once if you can. I had to wear my shirt today just to kind of to shout her out, because my life has been changed from seeing that fucking show. I'm gonna be real with you. So I really had a great time seeing that. But but let's go ahead and get into the show on our main topic, because the reason why I have Deon here with me today is because, Deon, I feel like you and me are the king and queen of something. As far as our friend group goes, I think me and you are the king and queen of something.
Girl, go ahead, say it, sister.
And I believe that me and Deon are the king and queen of procrastination. Would that be correct?
I can't disagree with you. I cannot disagree with you on that, because I mean that's been my whole entire life.
Yes, as hardworking as we are, and as the creative ideas that we have, and things that we like to plan and whatever. I've noticed that we procrastinate a lot.
A lot. And it's not like you don't want to do it. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're being lazy. I mean, laziness could play a part in it.
Sure.
But I just think there's so much more to procrastination than people think it is. And just being like, oh, you're just lazy. You just don't feel like doing stuff.
Right.
It's just a lot more to procrastination, in my opinion.
Do you remember when, do you remember a time, or as a kid, do you remember when your procrastination started, when you started procrastinating, doing things? Because I remember. I'm
trying to remember. I do remember procrastinating a lot in my childhood, but I'm trying to remember when it actually started, or what it was that I said I wanted to do.
For me, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was middle school or high school, but at some point it was just, oh wow.
I hope.
Just fuck our show.
I hope they can't be child.
I don't know if they can hear that not on the mic, but it's okay. We're gonna keep it rolling.
We're gonna keep it
strictly professional. But no, I know back in school, it just must have been a time where I just decided to play the game a little bit too long and did not do my homework. And from that point on, I would just procrastinate, thinking oh, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna just do in the morning or whatever. You ever had those moments where you were in school and you're I'm gonna just do my homework in the morning.
Oh yeah.
That's where it started for me, for whatever reason, because I wasn't like that before, but then it just kind of started happening.
Yeah.
But that has rolled over into my adulthood now, because even when I was a kid in school, when I was in college, that's when we were doing Living Up the series, and I had college work and stuff like that. I would procrastinate so bad where I'll be up till 6 in the morning and editing a show and also doing my homework. And I'm like, why did I do this to myself? But that's where it started for me, for whatever reason.
I mean, I definitely have similar experiences, especially with school. My homework, I literally would always wait till the last minute to do my homework. And sometimes it wouldn't get done because I'm tired. So I'm not about to strain myself in my sleep because I didn't do my homework. I'm going to just go to damn school and take this L tomorrow, damn it. You know what I mean? And it would be the worst, especially with projects and stuff like that. Yeah. Where you actually had the time to put into it and to do the work, to do the research for it, stuff and that. Cool. All that time that I had to put into it, nope. I would literally wait until the last week and try and shove everything into that project that I could.
Right. And so with that being said, now as an adult, how does procrastination kind of play a part into your everyday life, as far as things you want to what do you notice procrastination has kind of maybe taken away from? Or because for me, for example, I will wait till the last minute to do something, and then once I get it done, I'm like, why didn't I do this?
Why didn't this only took me 5 minutes? Why the fuck didn't I?
Right, exactly. Or there may be a consequence of waiting to do something so last minute, because then if something happens, you're like, damn, if I would just did it when I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's as an adult, it's I feel a lot more consequences for my own procrastination. Yeah. But sometimes it really is hard, because now it becomes a habit, and it's hard to change your habits up, really.
That's very
true.
So
as an adult, what do you feel is your biggest challenge when it comes to procrastination?
I mean, as an adult, it could honestly be anything from my work to cleaning the house to even just doing stuff that I plan to do for myself. I want to go, because I've been telling myself I want to get out more. You know what I'm saying? I'm such a homebody. I'm always in the house playing my video games, watching my movies, whatever the case may be. I like being at home. I've decorated my apartment very nicely, so I enjoy being at home. Your environment plays a big part in how you feel, so I've made the feng shui in my house amazing. So of course, I want to be home. But I don't know, I just felt I'm not necessarily missing something, but I want to get out more. I be seeing cute stuff on Instagram, that one thing I sent to the group chat that was like wine making.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that was so cute, and I feel like that'll be so fun to do. But it's like, I'd be like, damn, okay, I want to do that. Like, I should like find something to do, or to do to, to find something similar to do to that or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, actually getting around to do it, it just never happens because like for me, it's like, for instance, like if we take an example like that, like cool, like, oh, I want to go do something on the weekend or something, go find something to do. The procrastination starts because, okay, cool, it's, let's say I plan to do it on Saturday or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's Monday or something, cool. Work week has started. I'm going through the whole entire week of work. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so overworked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of working. I'm so looking forward to my weekend so I'm not doing shit, so I can relax and not work and not have to do nothing. And then boom, the weekend comes and the time comes to do what I said I wanted to do.
Right.
But instead, because I was so overworked, so tired of working through the week, I'm like, damn, now I really don't feel like doing nothing.
Yeah.
I don't feel like going nowhere because I just want to relax and not work and enjoy my time not working, So I think maybe.
And are you like me where it's like, once I let procrastination take over, then I feel guilty about it later?
I mean,
sometimes.
it
not all
depends
the
on what
ways.
it is, maybe.
Yeah.
Depends on what it is, maybe. Because, I mean.
I don't know, because what some things is like, I'll procrastinate from doing something, but then I'll be in bed and I'll be like, I really should just get up and go ahead and do that.
I do that too sometimes. I definitely do that too sometimes.
And then it's like, once I get things off my checklist, it's like I sleep somewhere.
Yeah,
so
you
much
feel
more
so
peaceful.
much better. Like, I won't lie, when I do stuff that I've been wanting to do, like, for instance, like, what was the last thing that I did for myself that I was really happy about? Maybe it was a tattoo or dyeing my hair or something like that. I can't remember. But it was something that I wanted to do for my appearance or something like that. And I finally did it and I felt great. Like, I felt good. It was a really nice feeling finally accomplishing something that I've been wanting to accomplish. Or like another example, a loan that I was paying on for like 3 years and stuff like that. Finally paid a loan off. And it was like, damn, like that was nice to actually finally get that done. Even though I said I was gonna like not take so long to pay it off, or pay it off in a couple of months to a year or something and not let it go that long. But shit happens, or whatever. So like that's where that procrastination started, and actually paying it off felt great. It was like a reward. You know what I mean? It's like, so for me, it's like when I procrastinate and then actually do the thing that I was procrastinate doing, I feel rewarded.
Yeah.
With myself whenever I actually do it, because it's like, damn, I could have did this, and like, why did I take so long to do this? You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't know.
And part of like now working on it, well, I don't know if you're working on your procrastination. I know I'm working on mine every day. I'm trying to. And that's part of the reason why I'm like, I need to hurry up and return back to, my YouTube channel and like do things I keep saying I want to do, because a lot of the times I will say, again, I want to do this, but then I'll procrastinate. For me, when I procrastinate, I leave, thinking of like in a creative space, I leave the room or space open for the self-doubt to like set in. Because say if it's something I want to do in a creative way, if I procrastinate on doing something, then I leave the door open for my little voice in my head be like, well, maybe we should just wait, like, put this off like a couple more months, or maybe I should, wait for my ducks to get in a row, whatever. And the ducks are never coming, okay? Yeah. They're never coming, because it's like, you really, in that case, it's like you really don't, it's hard to like get started on something and stay consistent with it, but you have to get started.
Yeah.
So the more that you procrastinate, in my opinion, it's like the more you procrastinate, that leaves the room open for like the self-doubt or the maybe the insecurity about setting in and be like, well, maybe I should wait to do this, or maybe, but you really want to do it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I've been like kind of like tackling whenever I have something I want to do, it just to go ahead and do it. And brings me to my next point of like, are there 3 things, or can you think of 3 things that helps you kind of overcome the procrastination demon? Because that's what it is. It's the hardest
right.
battle that at least that I face, like it's one of those demons I fight every day
Mm-hmm.
to like not procrastinate and to actually get things I want to get done.
Mm-hmm.
Are there things that you practice or things that you do to like kind of overcome your procrastination? Any advice you could give out there, like for people that are struggling with the same kind of challenges every day? What would you say, like, this is something that could probably help?
Well, one, I will say I will agree with you as far as like kind of just when you think of it, just kind of do it
Mm-hmm.
and just go for it and not let your other thoughts shroud your, view of it and everything. So it's like, if it's something that you want to do, you should just go ahead and just do it. Don't think about it, too much, or you won't do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that works, because it's like you think about something and then you think about it. The more you think about it, the more it sounds crazy, or the more
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like you shouldn't do it, or you know what I mean. So
I think that's at the top of the list for me of like if I had to like write out a list or to give advice or anything like that. Number one is like just do it. Like as soon as it comes to your head,
just do it.
usually nine times out of 10 for me, when something comes to my head of like something I want to do, I don't care how simple or complex it is. Usually in that moment, I'm not doing anything. So I literally could take 5 minutes to at least start it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But instead, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to put it off. I'll do it Monday. Or, and that can like relate to anything like work or something creative or maybe a fitness journey you want to start or whatever. Oh, I'll start at the beginning of the month or whatever. But it's like, just do it. Like, just put whatever you're doing aside. And like, I'll be honest about myself, but I know people can relate. I spend so much like time and hours on social media alone, whereas like I could put that same 5 hours into something else.
Something else, so much more
because
productive.
nothing is happening on social media nowadays. It's the same
Nothing.
thing, or you're not missing anything. Because I know people feel like they're gonna miss something if not attached to their their social media accounts, but nothing is happening that you're going to miss. It's always going to be there. But the same 3 hours I spend scrolling on social media are the same 3 hours I could use to be getting things done. So my point number one would be, if something comes into your mind that you want to do or something you want to accomplish or work on, whatever it is, just do it that very moment. Like set that time aside and actually just do it. Like dedicate yourself to do it. Even if it doesn't feel, some things you might start doing, it might feel like you don't know what you're doing or you don't know how to do it like to the best of your ability, but you're not going to get better at it until you start doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a first time for everything, and practice does make perfect. So.
And again, using a podcast as an example, like I was so nervous to start this damn podcast.
But
and
look at us now.
And I procrastinated so much to just getting it started because I'm like, well, I don't know if it's going to be, whatever. But I had to talk myself, instead of talking myself out of it, I had to talk to myself and be honest with myself. It's like, something you really want to do, number one. And you're not going to get better at it, or you're not going to figure out if you really want to do it until you actually do it. So I'd much rather, instead of letting procrastination take over and let the moment come where I'd be like, well, I'm just going to put it off for another year.
Yeah.
Instead, I would much rather try it and say, at least I tried it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because point number two is, I know for you, for example, we're very much into manifesting, right? So I'm into like writing things down, like physically writing things down on a list, making it like on a piece of paper, writing it down, something I can see every day to remind me like, do this, do this, do this. That's been working for me as well.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, I actually have started like actually writing things down. Like I've started writing a lot more actually, and not just for, listing purposes, like just like writing my feelings. Like I have a diary, I have a journal, and I find it very helpful for a lot of things, like when I'm in my feelings or if I want to make a shopping list, like it's very helpful. So I have started like writing things down because I do find it easier to comprehend things or just think about things when you can actually see it or whatever, as opposed to just trying to keep track of it in your mind.
Right.
And I realized that my mind just does not work like that to where I can properly, categorize things and compartmentalize everything and have all these different file cabinets in my brain and not knock them all over like fucking dominoes. So, yeah, but I think that is a very easy way to write things down. Make a list, have like a little agenda, get a little billboard, little thumbtacks and stuff and pin stuff to it, sticky notes. Like these are all great ways
people
to
put
do
like
it.
whether if it's manifesting or like affirmations or whatever, I think people use sticky notes and like put it on their mirror so that they see it every morning. I've even thought about doing that, but
I thought about doing it too, but
I don't want shit. I don't want shit on my
I don't
mirror.
want shit on my mirror. Like,
I don't want shit on my mirror.
that was my whole thing. Cause I was like, bitch, this fucking yellow ass sticky note gonna fucking mess up my blue and gold up in here. My whole little color scheme.
Right.
Leaving residue on my mirror. Like, girl, I don't want that shit on my damn mirror. But it's a great idea. It's a great idea. And I think that's why they have those little decals now.
Yeah. And if it works for you, whatever works for you, I feel like if it works for you, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what works for you, works for you. It doesn't have to work for everybody else. Is the point there.
Right. Everybody's different.
Funny fact that I want to bring up real quick, too, not to get too off topic, but this is, I was saying earlier, and I'm glad I thought about this because I said I was going to bring it back up. But full circle moment with me and you here is me and Deon were actually supposed to start a podcast. What was that, 2 years ago now?
Really?
Was that 2021 we started? That was 2021 when we tried to start a podcast.
My last apartment, right?
It was my last apartment.
Oh, wow.
That was 2021.
Damn.
And we tried to start doing a podcast, and it's just so funny now that we're here because we shot maybe like 3 videos at the time, using your space and using mine.
I do remember it. Damn, that was, I do remember it. Damn.
And like, I just had a flashback moment to like that time because we did try to do it, and we had like a whole, like we had a title for it. We had a couple, like I said, videos filmed and everything. And then some shit happened with me. It wasn't Deon's fault, but it happened with me or whatever. And I went through some stuff, and so we kind of had to put a pause on it. And I still have that footage too.
I was about to say, I'm sure you probably still have every video
have
we
it,
recorded.
but it's so funny. Like, that was something to me. Again, I want to bring back to like procrastinating because once I was able to like, okay, I can now return to this, I began to procrastinate. Cause I'm like, well, you know, I've waited so long and like now it's like, you know, whatever. But I knew it was still something I really wanted to do, you know, and I was like, well, I need to talk to Deon about it. And then I had this idea for, you know, so we talked about it, but it's just funny that we started that back in 2021. Now here we are 2 years later, back on camera because it was a while before we was on camera again from the last time. I think it was 2019, the last part that we had filmed. And then we filmed that, and now here we are again.
Girl.
Yeah. So,
Crazy
you
how
know,
time flies.
whatever it is that you are wanting to accomplish, do not give up on it, okay? Whatever dreams, whatever goals, whatever thing, you know, whatever it is you want to achieve, keep at it and believe in yourself and just do it.
Procrastination can definitely be a bitch.
It can, but you got to kick that demon.
I was going to say, bitches
honey.
can be fucking fought and beat, damn it. Grab that bitch by the hair, drag her ass to the ground, and beat that bitch's ass.
Oh my God! You know what that made me think about? I know this is we're filming in advance, but the hot topic this week is of course the was that Montgomery? Did you see the boat?
Oh
fight?
girl, the damn Alabama brawl. Good Lord, where my hat?
With the chair and everything. Oh my gosh, that was so epic.
I'm gonna have to go get me a lawn chair. Like I'm gonna have to go get me a little fold up chair, honey, and paint it black and gold and put it right in my damn living room.
Man, that was so epic.
That
so
shit was
fucking
crazy.
epic. I don't want to get into that right now.
I don't want to, because look,
so
that could be a
epic.
whole nother conversation for a whole nother video, because
It really could.
it's a whole lot I gotta say about that. But
Right. Did you see the video of the I think it was a government official, but basically, long story short, is they had confirmed like aliens exist or whatever.
I saw, if it's the same thing we're talking about, like they had like a little like Congress meeting or something.
Yes.
I saw that, and it was about the pilot
Yes.
saying how he was seeing something, or all the pilots see shit but they don't report it or something.
It was
like
another
that.
one that I saw. The guy was like, he basically like they were asking him like, can you confirm like what you found in this ship or something like that, and he was like, they were like non-human bodies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
Okay, were you like me when because when I finally watched the video, were you like me where I was like, well, duh, like okay, like aliens exist, like okay, yeah, we knew that.
I mean,
like at this point, I'm just waiting for like an actual like official photo of an alien, or
Yeah.
like something like official that we can actually see. Which I don't expect them to show us, but it's kind of like okay, like, yeah, okay, so what? And now, and then there's like memes all online where people are like, okay, well, rent is so high, like we don't care.
Right, bitch.
Like people do
we
not
don't
care about
give a
aliens anymore.
fuck.
Like we've been
I
so
was about to
fascinated for like the
say,
longest time, and like of course, like if you believe aliens are real, if you don't believe, like for me, it's like the world or the universe is too fucking big for there not to be any existence besides us, in my opinion. But it's like, child, okay, what else is going on?
yeah, girl, I definitely, cause I will say like, and you bringing up like the Montgomery thing, like that made me think about it too, cause it's just like
The white people's aliens.
not like the white people's aliens. Well, one, I know, I know that was kind of all over the place.
I was like, wait, girl, you know something I don't?
That was kind of all over the place. I do apologize. I think I have ADD. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I've been doing some research and I think I got ADD. So my mind be all over the place.
But funny thing, before I don't lose your thought, but funny thing was I follow this they do like readings and tarot card readings and stuff like that, and you know, psychic and everything. I follow somebody on Instagram, and they put out a video like a long time ago, like addressing like aliens or whatever, like, you know, they believe like aliens are real, but it's a whole thing they made. But they said like there are people who are walking around just with skin on, but are actually, yeah, and there were actually aliens or whatever. And so, like I said, you could believe whatever you want to believe, whatever. I just thought that was interesting, like just thinking of the possibilities and everything like that. Because I'm like, well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
I mean, I think I'm mostly shocked the fact that they're like acknowledging it now, like actively acknowledging it now.
yeah,
Because like you said, like, okay, yeah, we know. That's how I felt. Like obviously,
because there's always been some kind of like every decade there's been something that'd be like a
something
big
popping
moment
up.
of like,
yeah.
oh, what's happening in the world, like, are
And then
aliens
it'll
exist or
just
not?
disappear.
Yeah.
It'll just like go away. Like we'll just forget about it. And I just feel like those couple of instances that happen and how it just happens and then we just kind of forget about it. That's what they want to happen. They want us to not think about this. They want it. They don't want these kind of things to be on our mind or whatever. So that's why I say like the actual fact that they're like actively acknowledging it now in government, because they're not called UFOs anymore. They call them UAOs or something like that. UFAs. It's something they UPAs. It's something they renamed it. It's not called UFOs anymore. It's unidentified aerial UAP, unidentified aerial something.
Gotcha.
But they don't call it UFOs no more. It's UAP now.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I think, and they made that whole little like statement about it a while back, and that's when they adopted the name UAP. So that's where I'm mostly shocked, is that they're finally acknowledging it, and so it kind of like makes me think like, wow, like could this actually be a thing? Because like you said before, I mean, this universe that we live in is so vast. Like,
Yeah.
people don't understand how cosmic we are and how small we are in this in this area of space, you know, and how many different galaxies just like ours, planets that orbit a star, and planets that have water and viable materials for life. You know, it's like, how could we be the only sentient life out here, or just life in general?
Right.
I feel like there's definitely other planets where there's life, but it might be like primitive. Like there might just be like how you see our animals, basically. Like for that planet, it might just be that, like just animals or whatever, just like nature and just wild animals or whatever. Because how I feel, like people ask all the time, like, why haven't we seen aliens yet or whatever, or why haven't, if there are aliens, why haven't they tried to contact us yet?
I'll tell you what pisses me off. In the videos where people are like, oh, there's aliens or something like that, why does every recording looks like it's recorded with a potato?
That's what I'm saying.
But
like,
we have these iPhones now with great camera quality. I'm not expecting the best. And maybe I'll try to make like a cool excuse in my head, like, okay, well, maybe, you know, if I try to record an alien with my phone, maybe there's some kind of interference and my camera's just not going to pick that up. But these videos are horrible. The most recent one, I think, was in Vegas, and like the people said that there was a landing in their backyard. There was a lot going on with that story. Then all of a sudden,
I
it just
remember,
went silent.
yeah.
But it was like some legit shit.
I
and
remember
the
that
people that
story.
were talking about it, like, just I don't want to say disappear, but they stop talking about it.
Yeah.
So like it's instances like that that's like, okay, what
That
the
make
hell's
you
going on?
think,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the Men in Black showed up and like erased their minds or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Neuralize them,
For
girl. The little
example,
fucking neuralizer.
the only reason I wanted to bring this up with Dion because I know me and you were like in that kind of you into that kind of shit. But if you had to like, I'm not being shady, but out of our friend group, if you thought anybody was secretly an alien, who do you think it would be?
Huh. You are crazy. You are annoying because you are just weak. I cannot with you. Let's see if anybody was an alien. I feel like it would have to be.
Let's see if we got the same answer.
I feel like it have to be Corey. Is it Corey?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Did you say Corey?
Fix
too?
the equipment. Fix the equipment.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. No, let my good sis down. She is like the person I would be like, I wouldn't be surprised if Corey would be alien.
I wouldn't either. I would not either, just because like now that I think about it, it's like, okay, you would expect the alien to come here and just be super curious about everything or just like want to learn. If they're trying to be in disguise as us or like, you know, trying to learn about us and shit like that. Like just the way that bitch moves is just it's just funny, you know?
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
like
We love you, Corey.
we love you down, Corey. Love you down.
Extraterrestrial and all.
Literally.
Girl, this is our ET of the group.
Girl, okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but
It just seems like if like how she moves around, like, you know, how she makes her money, just how she thinks in general.
Yeah.
Like it would seem like if an alien were to come to Earth to try to fit in, that is how they would move.
Gotcha.
They're like, okay, I can make money this way, or this is how humans move around is making money. You know, this is how humans become superior, is having money or whatever. Like, I can make money doing this, doing that, or whatever. Corey's always on that, you know, which I mean, that's good. Obviously, you know, your hustle, cool. Like, you should always be, I'm not saying you should always be, but there's always money to be made, and there's a person that is always hustling, cool.
Yeah.
So, but I like, in a sense, like, to compare it to like an alien, like, I just feel like they would try to come here to try and fit in and adopt whatever ways that they can to do so.
Right.
And that bitch is like I wouldn't say almost like a jack of all trades, but, you know, she's been doing her bartender thing, and then now she's doing her little big girl job, and then she's talking about a farm.
I think every friend group, you have that one friend, you wouldn't be surprised if they was alien.
Right.
You wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
That bitch might be alien. I don't know. But I still fuck with you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
girl.
saying? Have you ever had like an encounter? Not necessarily an encounter. Have you ever experienced something where you felt like that may have been a alien kind of moment or supernatural kind of moment? I have.
That is maybe not necessarily like an encounter or whatever, but like I've seen things in the sky.
Okay.
For like stars or whatever that like you would think was a star, but like
Most people have seen something in the sky.
had
Like, what
me
the
questioning.
fuck is that?
Yeah, like what is
I had
that?
this one instance, and I can't like obviously I can't confirm or like if it was something like extraterrestrial or whatever. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Excuse me, but I was in my room one day in the house, and I was in my room upstairs, and I want to say I was on the. I don't remember if I was laying. Don't ask me why I was on the floor. But I was on the floor.
Listen, that's what we hitting
the floor be
sometimes.
comfortable sometimes. I don't know what it
Yes,
is.
I've taken many naps on the floor.
Yeah, so I was on the floor doing something, just minding my business, and it was, I want to say, I don't remember if it was like summer or fall, but it was like a nice day outside. My windows were open, and I was minding my business, and then all of a sudden I hear this sound. And at first, like the first second, I thought like, oh, a plane is just going over, and which is not rare, but like rarely happens where like a plane is like going over my neighborhood or whatever. And at first I just thought like, oh, it's just the plane going over, but the sound became so strange where I was like, that's not a plane.
Yes.
But something stopped me from like looking, like going to my windows to actually look and see.
Out.
I was like kind of froze in my spot and was like listening, like, what the hell is that? Like it's at first sounded like a plane, but it sounded like it was like hovering over the house.
Girl.
And it was going like in a weird direction, and like just the way it sounded like in my ears, it was like and my brain was like, it couldn't compute. It was like, that's not a plane, bitch. Like, what is that? Like that was, and so obviously I can't say like, oh, it was like a UFO or whatever. And obviously nobody in my neighborhood reported anything as far as I know, or like, you know, mentioned it or whatever. Cause I'm like, well, maybe somebody else saw something, or maybe they heard it too. Like, I didn't know. I was home by myself. But that was the only time that I can remember of like, of course I have seen stuff in the sky too where I was like, what the fuck is that? But that was the one and only time in my life I have experienced something where I was like, bitch, that was something weird. Like, I don't know what it was, but I don't know. Like, if I had to put money on it, I don't know if that was a plane. Like, it was weird as hell.
That's crazy that you say that, because now I'm like thinking about it now, and it's been a couple different instances for me, actually very recently too, where I've heard noises outside in the sky that I thought, again, like you said, I thought was a plane at first, but then when I actually listened, was like, that's not a fucking plane.
Right.
And it's been times where like I've heard noises that sound like hovering over my apartment and stuff, and just weird noises
like even if it's like an aircraft, like, you know, like military aircraft, like they're mostly like silent, or they have like a distinctive sound. Something you hear that's just like where like it hits your ear like weird. It's like, what is that?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, and I'm trying to remember some sounds that I've heard before. Like, I feel like something like, and I'm not even trying to like just make up anything just for the sake of the show, like, but just for instance, I feel like something I've heard just has been similar to like something like that. Like, I've heard something like that before.
I wouldn't even be able to mimic what I heard. Like, I remember it, but I can't even mimic it. Like, that's how crazy it sounds to me. And only other supernatural experience I've had, like, you know, if we want to talk about like ghosts, for example, I remember like the first townhouse we moved into when we moved to South Carolina, me and my family. I remember, I don't know, I feel like I was very more, what's the word, like sensitive to like experience supernatural things. Because in our first townhouse, I swear I thought it was haunted, like in some way, some fashion, because I would see things all the damn time, like all the time. And, you know, looking back, I was like, well, you know, I was young, so maybe I was having dreams or, you know, whatever. I don't know. I remember, though, one time we came home from the movies, and, like, when you walk in the door, like, in the townhouse that we lived in, when you walk in the door, like, the stairs is on this side, and it goes, like, straight up, you know. So we walked through the door, and I swear, when I walked through the door, I saw someone, like, walking up the stairs and, like, turn the corner. And I don't remember why I didn't say anything, because obviously that could have been somebody who broke into the damn house.
Girl, okay, literally.
I didn't say anything. But it was, like, because like, everybody else was, like, around, so I'm like, well, nobody else saw that but me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if my mom was playing tricks on me or whatever, but, you know, I like to think, like, you know, supernatural things are, you know, possible, or like sometimes you are a little more sensitive to certain things, like maybe energies or maybe seeing things or whatever. I haven't seen anything like that in God knows how long, but like I said, that experience with the noise or whatever, I just hear and see things all the time. I'm just like, I wouldn't be surprised about any of this shit. Yeah. Like, honestly.
I definitely think they're out there. Are they among us? I can't quite say. Are they watching us? I definitely believe so. Like I said, people ask.
I think they're watching for sure because we're very
entertaining. I feel like we're very disappointing.
Which is also entertaining to me.
True. Okay. True. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But that's part of the reason why I'm about to say what I'm about to say. Is like a lot of people ask, like, okay, if there are aliens out there, like, why haven't we seen them yet? Why haven't they visited us yet? Blah blah blah. I feel like it can be one of two things. Either the universe on like a universal time scale kind of thing, because obviously like the universe is way older than we are, like billions of years older than we are, clearly. Right. So like on a universal time scale, we are very young. Yeah. You know, like our planet, our galaxy is very young. So we might just be the very first intelligent life there is.
And we can't speak for like ancient civilizations who may have come into contact with, things, or, what I'm saying. I think about this too. It's like, I didn't think about it before, but I thought about it recently. Like, there are still civilizations that don't even haven't been exposed to or come into contact with technology, like modern day technology. Who's to say they haven't come in contact with stuff and they just can't report it or don't want to report it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of the damn name, but like there's tribes like in certain places that don't do technology, like they're just secluded and stuff. Like they could have all the contact in the world,
literally,
with
and
these
just we don't know
beings
because
that
they
we
can't
wouldn't
post
know.
it.
Yeah, because they don't. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's so many possibilities and so many things to think about, which I thought it was interesting. Like every time I see like something about like an alien story or something supernatural in a way, it's like I think it's interesting because I'm just like, I believe it. How much of it I believe, I don't know. Like you said, like you don't know to say for sure what's what because we don't have a concrete confirmation or evidence, so to speak. But I think we're definitely getting close to it.
Absolutely.
Closer than we've ever been.
Yeah. Like I said, like I feel like I said, it's either one or two things. Either we're very early in universal time, or we're old, like, or not necessarily old, but like there's more like other civilizations and alien species out there that are way more technical, way more advanced than we are, to where it's past the point of our comprehension, to where even if we try to talk to somebody or if they tried to contact us, we wouldn't be able to even comprehend them trying to contact us because we are just not there yet. And that could be on a technological level, and it can also be on like a mental level too. Yeah. Just like I was saying before, like humanity is a disappointment right now, if you ask me. If I was an alien, I wouldn't want to come to this damn earth either. I'd be like, blow that shit up. Blow all of them up and eradicate them. They are poison.
As violent as we are, I would be scared.
Yes.
Like, child, y'all probably, hell.
I'd be like, ugh, these barbarians. My God. As I drink from my...
Because y'all cannot convince me that there are people here who probably would eat aliens.
Oh, yeah. There were people here that would eat aliens, fuck aliens.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yes, girl. Jesus. It would be a whole fucking thing.
Oh, my
It would be a whole thing. But, yeah, I just really... Alien? It depends. Because if we talking Pandora and Avatar and the Na'vi and shit, if we talking them, then we
that's crazy.
We might be able to do a little something, but if we talking Star Troopers with all them legs and piercing
and tentacles and stuff.
Child, I don't know, but I think because that's how humans like move. Like we associate things that look like us or things that have faces and stuff like that. So we're attracted to things like that or whatever. Right. So clearly if it's like an alien species that is fairly humanoid in physiology or whatever, in their makeup and stuff like that, humans would be all over that. They'd be like, oh, I would love to get that. How can I say this? The alien nussy, girl. The A-Lucy, girl. The A-Lucy. Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah, child.
That's wild.
Humans are wild.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
But yeah, that's just kind of how I look at it. It's either we're early and there maybe is another civilization out there that is probably just on the same level as us, but neither one of us has reached that level to be able to contact each other yet. But we're graduating there. So like either we're just very early or we ourselves are not on a point where we can fit in in the galactic community yet. You know what I mean? Because I look at it like a Rick and Morty kind of thing, when they go into like their the citadels or whatever with all the different species walking around and shit, the little fun lands and stuff and shit. Like that's kind of how I look at it. Or the game Mass Effect. Yeah. Kind of how that works, where you got all the different alien species intermingling with each other in these different places or these different planets where you have Solarians doing this and you got humans doing this and you got Krogans doing this. You know what I mean? So it's like that's how I look at it, how it will be it'd just be like a huge community, like galactically or whatever.
Right.
And we've got all these different planets with this different alien species, this planet with this different alien species. Oh yeah, like we trade with the so-and-sos because they've got good resources on their planet, and we hate the so-and-sos. Like it's gonna be.
Let's not talk about trading girls, because then I'll just think about girl wars and all that shit.
Oh girl, it's gonna be way much. That's gonna be a whole
God.
thing. It's gonna be way worse than is like you think racism and separation on this planet is a thing. Like that's gonna be a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, I don't know what they're gonna call it, speciesism. I don't know what they'll call it, but it's gonna be that times 10. There's gonna be species that literally don't like other species because they just don't agree with their lifestyle or don't agree with how they live. And,
you're damn right.
You know, so that's I feel like that part, war and all that other shit is gonna become on a bigger level. Cause I don't know. I feel like we can't. I mean, obviously they're already trying. They're talking about moon bases and Mars bases and shit. But I just feel like in order to fit into like the galactic community, as far as to like intermingle with the other alien species, like we need to accomplish world peace first.
True that.
And we're far from that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like that's another reason, like if there are aliens more advanced to us, like why they won't talk to us yet, because they're like, we're not ready.
Yeah.
You know?
True
So, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
This is a great topic, a great conversation to have. Just because I did want to have the conversation with you, because I know we didn't have it yet. So I appreciate your insight on it, or your outlook on it, how we want to say that. Any final words of wisdom with our main topic today about procrastination? My final thoughts on everything, just to get back to it, is I do want to use this platform to kind of not necessarily even inspire, but just to get people to really think about things they really want to do, accomplish, achieve, maybe even just test the waters in or whatever. We already talked about your YouTube channel and things you're wanting to, look to do and things you want to achieve for the rest of the year. And again, I'm holding her to it, y'all. I'm on it. I'm on it with everybody.
And I'm gonna do it.
And I got more people on my list I gotta get through, because
I'm gonna do it.
But any final words or final thoughts on that?
I just say, like, as far as like procrastination goes, like we said earlier, like if it's something you want to do, just kind of do it. The more you think about it, the more you're not gonna do it. When you actually do it, you realize that it wasn't as hard as what you thought it was gonna be. Cause like for instance, this this was nothing but a Google search and a phone call away. To find something like this and actually do something like this or whatever. So, and this can just lead to so much more bigger things, so just kind of wing it and just go for it and just kind of do it, as far as procrastination goes. Cause I'm one to, if I don't do something when I think about it, it's just not going to get done, like whether I forget about it or I don't want to do it no more, or I talk myself out of it. Like if I don't do it right then and there, or plan to do it or whatever soon, it's just not going to get done. So that's what I got to say about procrastination. As far as the aliens go, if you're watching this, we love you.
Deon might date you depending on how you look.
And I know you saw that Beyonce concert. That is our leader. If you would like to speak with her, she is the leader of Earth. So I would definitely recommend talking to her.
Deon, I definitely appreciate you for joining me today. It's been such a blast, and I can't wait to have you again. You will definitely be seeing more Deon's face on the podcast here, without a doubt. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in to today's episode of You Damn Right Podcast. It was epic. The studio was amazing. I'm looking forward to this journey.
Absolutely.
I don't want to get emotional, but boy, has it been a journey.
It's been a journey.
Child.
It's been a time. It's been a life. And, we just got to make it for ourselves.
And we're just getting started.
We're just getting started. That's so much more to come. So much more to do. So much happiness to absorb and be,
Without a doubt. But again, I want to thank all the viewers today for tuning in. This is my reminder to everybody to be brave, be kind. Anything you want out there, go for it. Continue to do the best job that you can. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you next week in our next episode of the You Damn Right Podcast.
You damn right.
Bye, everybody.